let's do some chord yoga warm-up stuff. So this is the first page of my chord book, and I just start with something I call chord yoga, which really calms me down. When a student plays this for me, I instantly just kind of like, all the tension in my body just kind of, it's amazing, man. I think I'm trained to react that way from just doing it over and over. But it is kind of a healing quality. I don't know, like sound vibration therapy or something. But it also trains our ears for music, and it trains our fingers. So I think it's just overall a good exercise. I call it chord yoga. What I do is I start with the middle finger on the second fret of the fifth string, and I do rest strokes. Check this out. So the rest stroke is where you pick the string and let the pick drop to the next string like this, and just let it sit there. Then you control when the next note happens. Then give it kind of a nice rake. And that's chord yoga, and I swear it's very hypnotic. After a while you start hearing these notes, you'll recognize the notes. I was going to say you start hearing things, but yes, it's good things. Okay, so the next chord is an A9, where I just take one string towards the floor that way, over. Some people call it down. I call it down that way and up that way on the neck, so I call this over towards the floor. So you're on the fourth string, second fret. I'm going to hit 5 strings, same kind of rest strokes. So we're just training that middle finger to live at the second fret. And anyway, the page goes on and on from there. Let me give you one more pair of chords. This is E minor. I'm going to keep this short. So E minor is middle and ring. Some people play E minor with index and middle. I always say that kind of cranks your wrist in a weird position. Plus, it's going to make other chords, I mean, there might be an advantage to that, but there's more advantages to doing it with middle and ring. So that's an E minor. Again, you're going to hit 6 strings. Soft strum. I'm using kind of a light pick today. Okay, so that's a really important shape. We're going to need that. No matter what songs you want to learn, you're going to come back and use that shape. So we're learning to relax. We're learning to listen. We're learning an important chord. We're training our ears. We're training our hands, muscle memory, all that stuff. Plus, really calming. So I believe it could be healing, have a healing quality. All right, the next chord is identical shape. Just one string over towards the floor. Pick up these 2 fingers, jump 1 string. It is like a yoga class. I took a lot of yoga classes. I need to go back. All right, so this is 5 strings. Skip the fat string. Most A chords, you start with the A string. All right, here it goes. I call that A2, but the correct name might be A suspended second or A add 2, something like that. I forget. I don't care, but it just sounds cool. I like the sound. Then you can jump it back to E minor. So it's a good way to start the day. I actually got hired by a big church and played just about every Sunday for 12 years with this praise band. And the leader of the band, if the music chart said A, he would always play that. And I'm like, hey man, your paper says A. What's up with you're playing an A too? And he's like, yeah, but I just like that sound. I always got a kick out of that. And we'd start, we'd come out blazing on Sunday morning. He'd be going, hey church, stand up. Everybody would stand up, and that chord has got kind of a uplifting, kind of a soothing, spiritual quality of some sort. It's kind of magic. And who knows where it'd go? Probably E or D from there. But it's a good chord to know. So that's just the second pair of chords on my first page of my chord book. I'm not trying to sell it right now, but if you want one, here's one right here. They're $20, and you can email me here if you want one. No pressure, but the first page is all chords like that, easy chords that you kind of strum and relax and just sort of, get into it at a nice, relaxing pace. Plus, it helps you know if you're in tune or not. So I always have my students start with that at a lesson and just see how their guitar sounds, make sure their fingers are working, and get us kind of in the headspace to go forward and learn. And again, I'll start them with that, and then I'll say, now what song do you want to learn? And they'll say, well, I'm not ready. And like, well, just ask me. If it's a Metallica song, it's going to be that E minor or some sort of an A or A minor. It's going to be on that first page. Whatever song you want to learn, it's probably based on that page. So it's pretty cool. All right, I'm jabbering. I'm excited. So work on those chords: E minor 7, A9, E minor, and A2 if you want something to do. All right, thank you. See ya.